Welcome to The Basement Dweller. With your host, Jacob Santoro, a.k.a. your favorite man-child.
This just in. We're not in the basement today.
We're live.
We're not live. Well, now we're live.
We're live.
Yeah, that
from
doesn't-
the studio.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
We're
now.
live.
There's nothing broadcasting.
We're alive. That's more what I was saying.
Are we really?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Robbins, everybody. Tony Robbins is on the podcast today. No, we are at the studio, the band studio. This is a special episode. I'm with my band buddies, Tyler and Andy.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
It's not. I mean, not like I didn't see you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here for the last hour jamming.
My ears are ringing from our jam session.
Yeah, it's.
My arm's hurt.
But this room, this room is so beautifully soundproofed.
It is.
Yeah.
It really, really
Wow. Like, I'm excited to listen to this and not hear, like, the constant, like, of, like, my AC.
AC.
You know? Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is
gonna be
ideal.
really helpful.
Fuck. I almost wanted to start doing it here. This is
Rent
my
time.
studio now.
Rent time.
This is my studio
No.
now, and then when you guys ask my permission, then we can have band practice, so.
We can record Commander
Do
games
you mind?
in here.
Do you
too.
mind
That'd be
paying
fun.
for it?
How much is it?
It's like $350 a month for my room.
I wish I could.
Yeah, they have smaller ones that are $300. That might be more.
How much smaller?
Like the size of. I want to say if you were to take that entire where. You see where that cubby is? That area where all the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to take the wall over here and you were to just like that and cut that entire part of the room off.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, you
about-
know what? I have, because I've been here before we started jamming. Some of these rooms have mirrors in them,
Yeah.
too.
Some of them are
Ken,
bigger.
I
Yeah,
think
this
Kendra
isn't
knew
even the
about
biggest
this place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I not performed here, but like I found like this ragtag group. I mean, one of them was the bass player was my friend, but we did like a 5-set like punk cover band.
Yeah.
Like, so we were doing like Misfits and like
That's cool.
Minor Threat and stuff like that, and this is where we practiced. But I don't remember it being that small. But then now that you said that makes a lot of sense. The mirror's weird, but it makes me feel like American Psycho. You know, like when he's like
They might have installed the mirror themselves because the there's like a 2x4 that runs along the length of the room.
Okay.
You can mount stuff in. So
You
it's very
didn't
possible.
you didn't do this though. This came with the room.
Yeah, this is all No, we have not mounted anything in the room. I think my alarm's going off.
It is going off. God,
My bad.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just cut around everything that you say moving forward because I
That's
can't
fine.
trust you.
That's fine.
And
I
you
understand.
also gave me incorrect consent to record you. So
Yeah.
Did I really give you incorrect
you said
consent?
you give me
You
full.
jumbled that whole
Yeah, you
thing.
jumbled that whole
jumbled
thing.
the shit out of that sentence.
We're in a band. We're doing drugs, everybody. So you know, no, dude, weed is cool. Weed's allowed now.
It's
I went to
legal.
a dispensary for the first time.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like such a narc. Well, because Allie was like, "Hey, can you just go pick me up?" Like, this is what she had to she might as well have clipped the order to my chest, because I was gonna forget. So she texted me the thingy, and here, hold on one second. Will you guys still stop fucking up my podcast? Jesus fucking Christ, you guys!
It's me.
Andy's breaking shit. Tyler can't talk. I'm trying to tell my story. God damn it! No, have you been to a dispensary yet?
Yeah. Yep. There's one right down the street from where I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a guy still, or do you go to a dispensary?
We go to a dispensary. I don't. It's usually the lady who picks it up because she's the one who has the commute.
I hate how expensive it is. That's kind
Yeah,
of
it
annoying.
Well, it depends on the
It's
place. There's some
insane.
places that are actually really well priced. I know that we decided to switch from our regular place to a different one, and God forgive me, I don't remember the name of it, but I do know that it was significantly cheaper. I think we paid $250 to $300, and we walked out of there with, way more than we normally walk out with. So
See, thinking about spending $300 on weed just gives me an anxiety attack.
we buy in bulk just because it's way cheaper.
Well,
It's cheaper to
but
do
you
that
both
way.
also smoke weed way more than I do. I mean, are you a daily pot smoker?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm actually cutting back.
Why?
Personally, because I gotta conserve the money as best as I
yeah,
can.
right.
So doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Should grow it.
Funny thing
That would be
which
ideal.
it's hard. It's
It
very
is.
very hard.
But you know what's crazy though is it like it will grow. And it doesn't take like it is work, but you can make it happen.
Yeah.
I have friends who grew outdoor stuff that.
But does
really
it need
flowered.
like that intensive fucking care? Like, is it like?
Oh my god, dude!
Needs
Really?
it needs clipped a lot.
So it's
and
not
then
like a fucking ficus plant. Like I have to just maintain this thing like it's a kid.
It'd be a daily.
It drinks
almost
too,
like twice a day. I
They
would keep an
drink
eye-
like a
yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So you got those little, those little bobble things that you could use to feed your garden. You can like fill like
Okay.
oops. You can like fill one of those plastic things up, and you can stick it into the ground, and it keeps them watered over time.
Sure.
We had 2 of those in one of them once.
Did I cut you? Oh, continue.
me off,
Oh,
yeah.
continue.
That's fine. He's like, don't talk about this. No, we had 2 of them in one of the plants, and I swear to you, I had to fill it like twice a day. It was a pretty big plant too, like I want to say 3 foot tall. So
Oh wow.
once it gets to a certain size, then is
You know what sucks is I feel like then even if you do put so much TLC into a plant, like I'm always afraid mine's gonna taste like shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then there's the whole back end where you gotta clip it, trim it, and then dry it out for weeks on end, and then it's
Jesus.
ready to go.
I had less worry about brewing my own beer. This sounds like a fucking chore, dude.
It basically is.
Yeah, it is probably
Well, maybe it's kind of like
you're working for what you're getting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I feel like it's kind of like the fruits of your labor
Oh,
kind
of course,
thing. You know, like
yeah. It's the more effort you put into it, the more you get out of it.
Like, and man, if you grow it indoor and you have like the setup, I have a friend who had that, and like in the corner of his room, it had an air conditioning vent, it had a vent that would humidify and all that stuff in there, and UV light all day, 24/7. That's like
that's a conversation
like-
piece. Like you don't let it's impossible for you not to be like, and this is the bathroom.
Yeah.
Here's where you can get some water, and here's my marijuana
Check
plant.
this out.
And check this shit out. It's like when you have a pinball in your machine in your house. It's like you always got to fucking
I know.
dude. Have you ever heard of the Thunderbird Lounge?
That sounds familiar.
It's down
but
in
I'm gonna
downtown
say-
Glendale, right?
No, it's in downtown Phoenix. It's off of 7th Avenue.
I'm gonna say
Like
no, just because I'm not familiar with
it's
places.
well, that's where I lost my debit card.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that bar is so cool. It looks like a little 70s like bar, and they've got like all these like pinball machines. They have a working cigarette vending machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like
that's
it's
cool.
Yeah, that's
I
fucking.
think the bar up that I usually go to, Tony's, I think they have a cigarette machine as well.
Oh, okay.
I
I
think it works. Might just be for show.
yeah, but now it says like it's like slapped on there. It says like $13. I'm like, this isn't not 50 cents. You fucking liars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't miss smoking cigarettes at all.
How long has it been?
It's been about I would say fuck, I don't even know anymore. Like that's the thing though, is like I feel like it's not really even quitting because I have this thing, So it's like I think the only benefit of it is the fact that I just don't smell like it.
Yeah.
I don't this doesn't get me like winded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that, But I gotta say, like, there's some TV. So I just started watching Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
That's all they do in that show is smoke cigarettes,
know.
and I'm just like, oh.
Mad Men's the same
Yeah,
way.
dude. Like, yeah, cigarettes and booze
Yeah.
is the only thing they
Yeah.
do in that show.
Mad Men, that show I have to be careful because I haven't smoked a cigarette in 5-6 years.
Have you ever been like a consistent smoker though?
Yeah, back in those days when I was working at a restaurant, everybody else did. So
Did you ever smoke,
followed
Tyler?
I
along.
did. So my early career was spent doing call center work,
Mm-hmm.
and you can imagine call center work just after a while it just wears on you.
That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's just draining, and it was not good. I went from just getting whatever cigarettes I could find to there was or whatever people would let me bum off of them really.
Yeah, I
which was a good
total
way.
bum about.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah, exactly.
thing.
And that's a good way to
that
limit
was-
yourself.
so
And actually, I
probably
had another coworker that did it that way too, and that just reaffirmed to me that it made sense to do it that way, right?
Right.
At some point, I think it might have been, I don't remember who it was, but I got put onto Nat Sherman's. You know what those are?
Nat Sherman's.
Yeah,
They sound like
it's like a specific brand of cigarette.
no.
They're like in this weird little like square container. They're really, really neat, and they're like well organized and whatnot. And the menthols of them actually aren't terrible tasting, but yeah, I don't like menthol in general. But it doesn't like the tobacco wasn't.
Yeah, I don't like menthol. I love the smell of like Marlboro Red.
Oh
so.
yeah, the Cowboys,
man.
dude. Cowboys killers are the best.
Yeah.
That was what I started with. I went over to Jarum's.
Dude, who are you, Tyler? What the fuck are you? What are you from the fucking Middle East? I've never heard of these fucking cigarettes.
So Jarums are basically cloves. They're just yeah. So after
Clove me, bro.
Yeah, there was some legislation or something that you can't have clove cigarettes, but you could have clove cigarillos or some weird thing. Like they just skirted around the law.
I remember I made a big fucking deal at a party once. So sometimes like when I'm in like funny zone, like I just can't turn it off, and like I even when like if I say something that sounds insulting, I don't mean to. It's like it's kind of like my way of being your friend, you know.
Yep.
This stranger woman at a party, and when I say woman, she was like 33, you know, so older than me, and like I was outside having a cigarette, and like she comes up, she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "Hey, I didn't mind my business." It's just the two of us, and like. She lights up a clove cigarette, and I was just like, I look at him like, "Is that a clove?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Are you fucking in junior high? Like, what the fuck?" Like, I didn't even know they still made those. Like, that was like reminds me back in the day, like when I couldn't for some reason, like I couldn't afford cigarettes, but like for $2 you can get like a 9-pack of Prime Times.
That's what I was just about to ask. I was like, there was another brand because nobody smoked cloves at where I went, but everybody smoked Prime Times.
Yeah, cloves are the black like looking cigarettes.
Yeah,
right?
they're usually a lot darker rolled, and then they usually have like a flavoring on the tip too.
Yeah. I think I liked Prime Times a lot just because like I actually didn't even know for the first like year and a half smoking cigarettes, I wasn't even inhaling.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I started with like Prime Times, so it's like you don't inhale those; they just kind of.
A lot of people I know didn't even inhale. They would insist like, "Oh, this is enough for me." They would get their nicotine fix off of that. I don't really understand that myself.
I don't get it either because I tell you, when I finally was like that, I almost died. I was just like,
the first time you do that,
that's
it hurts.
with weed. The difference
oh my God.
is like,
dude, still
you're not gonna get high if you. I mean, you'll get a little bit if you don't inhale it, but then when you inhale it, like, oh yeah, like especially when I was younger in high school, like that's when you know.
Do you want to hear something really embarrassing that happened? Like, I'm not joking, like 2 months ago.
Oh God.
So, I don't smoke a lot of pot, so I'm always worried that if I get flower, it'll just like dry up. Everyone tells me that like you can keep as long as you have it somewhat concealed, you know, like not in the air.
Yeah.
A joint will last you for a good like a month. You know what I mean? If you only puff on it. But I get nervous about that, so I ended up buying like the carts. What I don't know about those is that they're not like joints. Whereas like they can punch you a lot harder in the chest. You know what I mean? The wax and stuff. I was driving on the freeway. I think I was on my way back home from my mom's house. And I just like, it was like hitting the pen and just driving, you know, one hand in it, you know, just kind of down the road. And quickly, just like that went, and I started coughing, but it would not stop. It would not stop.
Yeah, that.
Take a sip of water. It's not stopping. I fucking threw up while I was driving.
Oh my God, dude. That's why you don't do that shit while you're driving, man. Like
dude,
that.
and I was like, I hope no one sees me right now. Like,
my
I was
God.
like, when I drive a stick shift, so I'm like, I'm just like moving everything, like, and I'm fucking high as shit. And like, I'm like, I just want to go home. Like, no, dude, Allie will treat me like a fucking high schooler, dude. Because like when we smoke weed, like 2 hits, and I'm just like, hey, you know, like I'm just like fucked up. You know, but that's why I like it. That's
why a good way to be. Like, so you don't need to smoke a ton to get where you need it.
It also helps my hangovers too. So like, if I'm just like after the night that you guys left, I fucking killed the rest of those beers.
Nice.
This is me, you know me. And I was like, well, someone's gonna drink them, you know. So, but then like I was about to go to bed, I felt like shit, and then just a couple hits of the bong, out. I feel great. What's your? I think we already talked about this for you, so I'm gonna ask Tyler first. What's your favorite munchie food?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Like if like you're stoned as fuck, you're on the couch, you have nothing to do that day, and you're like, oh, dude, you know what would hit the spot?
If it depends on how much effort I feel like putting in, because like pizza rolls are a go-to.
Okay.
Those are really good. Like you can either put them in the air fryer or the microwave or the oven, and you get a completely different experience out of them. It's fantastic. Nice. You can even put like garlic salt on them beforehand if you really want to get creative.
So what about like a drink? Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid. I constantly have a constant stream of Kool-Aid. Yeah, every time. I'm a man of consistency.
Nice.
What about water?
Water is a key component in Kool-Aid.
Okay, no. Back up. You got to have some water.
Yeah, but this counts as water.
No,
it was water. Water.
Tyler, when's the last time you had a glass of water?
Like a clear glass of water.
A clear glass of water.
Like this weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah, like early in the
Earlier today?
weekend.
Earlier today or like last Saturday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
You
No,
know
I'm bullshitting. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh. God damn it. God, you got to drink water, man.
No, I do occasionally. It's usually just like once a week. It'll end up
Once
being
a
cold
week?
water.
Are you okay, dude?
I'm fine, man.
That's why you always sound like you look like you're gonna have a fucking heart attack at band practice.
Maybe might have something.
I'm gonna get you a camel for Christmas, and you have to drink it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch you drink that entire thing.
A camel.
Like one of the backpacks.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna. I hadn't heard of that.
Weren't you like an avid like kidney stone getter?
I was, and that's why I switched to Kool-Aid.
What about water?
Yeah, water would probably be better.
I mean, it would make sense. Yes, it would be the natural progression, but.
Yeah, jeez, you worry me. I just, you're my buddy, so I just want.
It's my urinary tract, and if it can pass stones, I've learned it's able to pass stones.
Andy's the water champ.
Yeah.
You don't really drink a lot of like soda or anything like that, do you?
Nope. Unless I'm eating I love it with hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love having a Coke or root beer, or at the movie theater popcorn.
Oh yeah.
It's just certain foods where I'm like, oh yeah, soda is where it's at.
Yeah, my go-to for Munchies is a big fat bowl of cereal.
What kind?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loop.
Oh,
Good
that's
choice.
good.
Yeah,
Fruit
good
Loops.
choice. Yeah.
Or like you kind of said, like if effort is involved, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking love mac
Just
and
like
cheese.
Kraft or Velveeta, or do you actually?
It don't matter. Whatever.
Don't
So
matter,
like
whatever,
okay, so I eat I eat so much mac and cheese that like at this point like I just go to like Winco and I get like the 30-cent boxes.
Oh, okay.
It don't matter to me. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be super fancy, but yeah, mac and cheese definitely. The problem with the cereal is that I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, okay.
So I really just let it ride.
Gotta
Like
be,
when
yeah.
so it's like the worst
Gotta
part.
limit your intake.
Well,
as
the
much
worst
as you
part
can.
about it is that because, like I said, I smoke weed to go to bed, so
Yeah.
I'll do it right before bed. And the worst part is I sleep with my mouth open, so it's just like chalky
Ooh,
feeling
had to
in your
train
throat.
myself
You
to not-
gotta drink something after
Yeah.
that, man. You can't
Dude,
just.
I've woken
smoke
up.
and
It's
then
like
go to
3
bed.
a.m. and like I'm like I can't breathe. Like it's just
Yeah.
so gross. But dude, I can't stop like eating cereal.
Yeah.
Well, and so I was talking to the doctor, and they were just like, "Well, just do almond milk or just do stuff like that."
Okay.
And you know what the problem is? I just forget to get it
Mhm.
because everyone else in my house is a big milk drinker.
Oh, they are.
Like they'll just drink milk.
Nice.
Which, in my opinion, let me just say, I think as an adult, milk drinking that's over. I don't think you need to drink milk as an adult like you do it when you were a kid. Like I remember coming home from school and like Arizona weather, like 110 degrees, and the first thing I want is a fucking tall can of fucking milk. You know what I mean? But now if I drink that, I'm gonna have diarrhea for 4 days. So like I wish everyone would just support me and just get almond milk with me, but they won't. And they get fucking whole milk, which is the worst.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
the
No, that's heavy
thickest.
stuff.
Yeah. So like I finished
Yeah. I drink milk, but like I do like the 2% or 1%, whatever that is.
My girlfriend goes nuts on milk.
I don't
get
it.
I
I
am
don't
not
get it.
a
Dude,
milk
it's like
guy.
a family thing.
I don't
Like,
even miss
when
it.
My mom's brothers are in town and all their kids, they're all boys. Like it's crazy. We're all about it.
like flavored milk.
Oh, dude!
Flavored
Don't even
milk
get me
is
started on
fucking
strawberry milk.
delicious.
I will.
I will murder a goddamn case of that. They're
Oh, you guys
so
like
good.
strawberry? I
I
thought you
love
guys were
strawberry.
about to go
no,
the other way. All
I
right.
love
Yeah,
strawberry
that's
milk.
cool. What about chocolate milk?
Oh, come
though?
on, dog.
Chocolate milk's a classic.
A nice cold glass, and you know, like the ones that you get from like Fry's, like it's just like the big like gallon of chocolate. And like you know what's weird? Can we talk about how you ever notice how like when you drink chocolate milk, it just you drink it quicker than anything else
yeah.
you've ever noticed. Like if you get like one of those Nesquiks,
Yeah.
I feel like I take a
Every
normal
time.
sip and I put it
It's
down
gone.
and it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened?
I know. Have you ever seen Men in Black 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, how it helps with like headaches and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I swear I get like that's how it is with chocolate milk. I just slam it.
What about hangovers? Like what is your
My hangover
your
cure? Number 1, water,
Yeah.
H2O. Brush my teeth. Like that's yeah.
That's a part of your cure.
Oh yeah, like brush my teeth, get all that horrible
That's a good one.
old booze flavor out of your mouth, and then once like that's kind of gone, then I'll maybe have like orange juice or something like that. But
Do you eat anything?
Weed? No,
Just
not
weed?
usually. I'm not very hungry after. I
Oh,
drink.
dude, I am starving.
Yeah, I usually do that because I like to get my crossfade on. So I'm just kidding.
Oh, well,
I'm
I
not
do.
that
I mean,
way, yeah.
So what about? Okay, hold on. Before I get into this, what about you?
I don't.
Well, you don't
drink.
drink. You
Yeah,
don't drink,
you
so-
saw me. I tried to. You guys offered me a Rolling Rock. I tried it, and I was like,
Yeah,
no,
you were not a fan.
Not a
no.
fan.
I'm just not an alcohol
And
guy,
you
man.
the appeal of that green bottle made you want one. You were like,
I ain't
you know
gonna
what?
lie,
I
man.
want one.
It was partly that, and partly I think I saw a lot of it on Shit, now my memory's out.
And I'm talking like I drink a lot, and I can't remember the last time I had a beer. So
I know I've
think it
always
was your
been
house.
curious
Yeah,
about the
so
taste
that
of
was the
it.
last time I had one. So.
God, you guys make me feel like such a piece of shit, dude. I drink so much, dude. That's the thing is like, okay, I gotta say this. So I was talking to a guy at work, and one of my biggest like things that just drive me crazy, and maybe you guys can disagree or kind of agree or whatever, is I don't think there's such thing as a functioning alcoholic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And here's why. Alcoholism has been in my family, and in my family, I've seen fall down drunks and people who can handle their booze. So to me, an alcoholic is someone that's like, as soon as I get up, I'm going to choose the worst decisions of my day, and I'm just going to drink all day. And if I go to the store, I'm going to grab beer. As soon as I get home, if I have to even do chores around the house, I have to have a beer because I'm too anxious. That's what it comes down to, and a lot of people won't acknowledge that, but it's like cigarettes, or it's like, it's like anything. It's like, I need this to function. Never been like that, ever. I like, I love drinking beer with my buddies, but I love beer in a way where it's like, I would drink O'Doul's.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't have to get drunk.
Yeah.
I just love the taste of beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had some person was just like, "Oh man, like you're just like a functioning alcoholic," and I was like, "I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah. No.
I'm not. I don't miss like band practice because I'm fucked up. I don't miss responsibilities because I'm fucked up. You know what I mean?
Alcoholic, that's like addict. You
Right.
should just say like,
Right.
they're an alcohol addict. It's like, yeah.
Well, personally, like, and like my whole thing between like the difference between an alcoholic and like a drug addict is that a drug addict or an alcoholic just got lucky and their addiction is legal. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Because it's
That's a way to
actual
put it.
poison.
Right? It is. I mean,
I know a god awful amount of people whose lives have just been straight up ruined by alcohol,
Right.
and you just
Back in the old days, man, that like feels like everybody in our, like around.
well,
us
like we were
always
just
say,
talking
yeah,
about, like Mad
alcohol.
Men. I mean, you watch that show and you're like, how do you stay so fit and sexy when you're just drinking scotch all day?
That's their diet. Like, no wonder you guys were all alcoholics. Like, there was no beer. They were
Right.
just like, no, whiskey.
Just whiskey, and then just like horrible 1950s food. Everything was just
We're
saturated.
going to the oyster bar after work and we're gonna slam vodka martinis and it's just like and smoke cigarettes the whole time. It's like, good lord.
And then we have a meeting at 5. Like, what the fuck?
This is the meeting. When they're at lunch. Yeah.
I remember I had a boss in California. I used to work for a CPA, and I was just his assistant. The dude was just like Wolf of Wall Street crazy. Like this guy would just go from like a fit to just nothing, and that's just not a way to treat somebody.
Yeah.
Like I would come into work and just get screamed at, but then like 20 minutes later they'd be like, "Hey, you want to go grab some donuts?" Like
That's
and
a
I'm just-
weird way
it's
to
weird.
be. Yeah.
But he would always take me to business meetings, like lunch meetings. I don't know why. I honestly just think he wanted like someone to hang out with while he was waiting for the client. Because as soon as the client got there, he just kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of just like, okay, whatever, But he would always buy me drinks and stuff like that. Like, and he would get upset if I didn't drink them, So it's just like, and also I'm like 22, 23. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the free booze. But like, it's noon.
Yeah.
And he's put 4 beers in my face. And he's like, all right, we're on our way back home or back to the office. Hey, just make sure to send those faxes to those dudes. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What did you just say? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, dude, I need a nap.
Like that. Oh man, especially in the middle of the day. Drinking.
Nothing but sleepy.
Yeah,
I don't
drinking
understand
in the day.
people who can have beers when the sun is up. When I do it, I just want to go to
I
bed.
get horrible headache, and that's why I've stopped drinking. I get horrible headaches almost
Really?
immediately, especially
Is
with
it just booze or is it a specific kind?
all
Really?
of the above. And it started happening in 2019, and then and I stopped drinking all of 20. I didn't drink all of 2020
Yeah, that's great.
during that nightmare of a year.
Yeah.
but I didn't miss it at all
No.
because I had Mary Jane.
I was gonna say you probably never at one point were just like, I'm gonna
Nope.
crack a
The
beer.
only
open.
thing I saved because I bought in 2019 was a bottle of Caduceus wine from Maynard's Winery.
Yeah.
I saved that for till the end of the year, and then on January 1st, 2021, Cracked it open.
Crack it at midnight or what?
No, when I woke up. I'm about to go. I'm not trying to drink before bed.
I'm just gonna drink when I wake up.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy this. It was later on. I shouldn't say when I woke up. Sorry.
I just imagine you just getting out of bed like, all right,
let's crack some wine.
Yeah.
No, it was later on in the day.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I do admire a person who can just like, with the most respect. I love Allie's parents.
Yeah.
Cool people. We go see them every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I've never seen them not have a drink in their hands. But they don't act like sloppy.
Yep.
It's just like her dad always has Bud Lights, and her mom. Oh, it reminds me of Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Because he only drinks like the rum and coke or the Jack and Cokes.
Okay.
That's all her mom drinks. So like it's just, and he always has it. Like that's literally. That's like it reminds you of like that scene. You've seen that show, Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah, bits and pieces.
One of my favorite. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my! So like, there's just the whole thing is that like this drink never leaves Ricky's hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's just his
like
whole
Big Lebowski with the
kind-
White Russian.
Right. He
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
like, and I mean, I'm
that's a good
talking, and I mean, they're trailer trash from Canada, but like they just walk around everywhere. Like he's in, one episode they're in a high school. He's got a fucking Jack and Coke in his hand, you know.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite moments is they get in a car crash, like the car like barrel rolls, and like you just see Ricky driving, and he just puts he has his like the car's on its side, and he just has his drink outside the window and just climbs out with his drink. I'm like, that's like her mom, dude. Like it doesn't matter what she's fucking, and I admire that. Like.
Yeah.
Because I my whole thing is that like I am so gluttonous and I have to admit it to myself because I do agree that something needs to change because I love eating, I love drinking, I love smoking, I love not doing exercise, I love, you know what I mean? So it's like I got to give up something to make up for the other things that I love.
Yeah.
You know,
My thing is junk food, sweets, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's
I have a
rough
really
one.
hard time with that. Like, I love chocolate.
anything Hostess, like cupcakes, like the little
Oh, yeah.
Debbie's, like the, what are they called? Like you put like the ding dongs in the freezer, so they're all nice and cold.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'll have,
You
like-
can even heat them up and then eat them out.
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is new information to
That's
me.
a whole other ball game. Just take them out of the tinfoil first.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah, you can heat up ding dongs. Yeah. They're good.
Shut up.
I don't know that I've ever done that. I don't know
Yeah.
if I've ever heard of anybody doing that.
Never in my life have I heard of
Arrested
someone.
Development,
What the
they do
fuck?
it. Yeah,
What?
That's where I learned it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
As soon as I get home now, Ali's gonna be like, "Hey, babe, shut up."
I mean, I wouldn't put them in there for a long time.
No, I mean, because I do like speaking of TV shows, like because of 30 Rock, Tina Fey was like, "Have you ever put a donut in a microwave?" I microwave donuts,
Oh, nice.
like for like 10 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself. Like if you have like a donut that's like a day old, like stale, put it in the microwave, it's the most delicious thing on the planet.
I will have to do that
Cool.
next time there's
Oh,
donuts.
That's
So
smart.
good. Yeah, it's so delicious. Yeah, but junk food is just the.
Yeah, that's where I have a hard time.
I'm just a picky eater. That's the thing is like I just
feel
am,
that.
I'm not good at eating healthy just
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know what tastes better than healthy food? Horrible food.
Yeah.
You know, it's not healthy food that screws me up. It's anything creamy. I like texture wise, I can't handle it. I don't know what the hell it is. Just
like soup.
What's some examples?
Yeah.
soup's a good example.
Like chicken Alfredo.
Chicken
like
Alfredo is a good
You
example.
can't do that. Like
the taste,
breakfast
I can
gravy.
acknowledge that the taste is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I just can't get past that texture.
What do you go for? What's your go-to like dinner?
Oh God, it really depends on what we have in the house.
Is it Kool-Aid? Is it frozen Kool-Aid? That's what you like for dinner?
No, nothing like that. It might as well be though, huh? No. No.
You
It's
said
really,
you guys order out a lot, or you guys
we
get-
try
get
not
food.
to anymore,
Yeah.
or at
Yeah.
least as much.
Same.
So we end up eating in. So just whatever's we ended up stocking up on. Usually just depends on what's available in the stores.
Gotcha.
You made those
so,
chicken that one night when we were.
Oh yeah,
hanging
I
out.
finessed the shit out of Andy. I took him on a date at the house.
Those were
I was
great.
about
Nice.
to get to second base with Andy. I made him dinner. I put on some music. We
The
had some
Idaho
drinks.
garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh,
those
yeah,
things
dude.
those were bomb too.
That's fantastic. That
Yep.
sounds beautiful.
Some
Right.
beers. Yep.
My girlfriend does a fantastic job whenever she cooks, so I usually just leave it up to her. I'll the one thing that I'm moderately good at is I can make a really good cheese quesadilla. Like I'll burn some of the cheese on the outside, just enough to get it like really crispy.
Okay.
That is absolutely fantastic every time I've done it.
I'm a pretty I'm a super chef Bobby Flay when it comes to like steaks.
Oh yeah.
I'll buy myself some steaks.
You got the nice cast iron.
Oh yeah, dude, that thing is the best gift I ever got. I
Yeah.
maintain that thing better than I maintain my cat. Like I keep that thing so pristine, and so like yeah, I would at least say once a week. You know, like I've been trying to like go to like to the store and like I'll get myself like 2 New York strips. It's like $14, and
Cool.
I'll just enjoy like. Sometimes
Allie likes steaks too.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So her thing is that I like my steaks medium, and she wants hers like mooing.
She likes it rare.
Rare. Like
Oh,
I'm
wow.
talking like blue. Like
Yeah.
like I think there's only been a few times where like she'll always it's just she's always like this would have been good if it was just a tad more blue. I was like this thing was on the grill for a minute. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what else you
Yeah,
I'm just gonna take it out of the thing
Yeah.
and just slap it on a fucking plate and be like, here you fucking go. You know what I mean? Like I
Let's just go get a cow. Just
yeah, I
bite-
was like, I'll just go get a
bite the
cow.
fucking
Just,
cow
yeah,
at
bite
this
the
point.
fucking cow. Like I just put steaks. That's my my try hard. Like if I got people coming over, like I'm gonna grill some steaks.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's good to know how to cook a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good skill to
a
have.
fantastic dinner anytime.
Yeah.
I'm the king of breakfast.
I know.
That's
Oh,
where,
yeah?
That's where I shine. I can make mean breakfast.
Very good.
Everybody,
What's
everybody.
your favorite breakfast item?
Oh man, I have to have stuff together. But I guess if I had to choose one, I mean, it's
Like, if you had
it's
the-
bacon. I love bacon.
Bacon.
Oh no, I'm
is-
saying like what is your favorite thing to make for people? Like
Oh,
or are you just talking like
the
the
all
platters?
American, the eggs, bacon, pancakes, hash browns.
Oh, yeah,
Boom.
dude.
Very, very
It's the
good
classic. It's
combination.
carbs and sugar.
Yeah.
What could
That's-
you
see, that's
describe
my-
America any better?
That's my hangover cure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So whenever
See,
I'm like
that's- yeah, that's a good one.
when I'm decimated, because I have to realize that the older that we get, the worse my hangovers are going to be,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's just inevitable.
Mhm.
I mean, that even remember that party we went to with Nick and
Yeah.
Nick and Brooke. I mean that
Halloween party.
I was so bad. You know what I did that night?
I was the
I
French
drove.
guy.
Yeah, that's what Andy was for Halloween. He was a French guy.
Yeah, or like a
fantastic.
mime. Like I don't really know what I was going for.
He had like the
but
hat and then
I
like
had
the
I
black
had a beret, I had a red
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 stripe.
sachet bandana thing around my neck, and
That
then
was his
black
Halloween
wedge.
costume.
That's a
Yeah.
fantastic Halloween
Inferior French people. That was his
Typical German making fun of another country.
right. No, but that night or that day, the next day I was just dead. Like I was like
Yeah.
it took like I'm not one to sleep in. Like I was up at 8, but I didn't leave my bed till like almost not like 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just sat there,
Yeah.
and the first thing I do is I love. Have you ever been to Biscuits Cafe?
That is not familiar to me. That sounds delicious.
Out in your neck of the woods.
Well,
Or
there's
is it
one. There's
downtown?
one in Chandler. There's one in Surprise. And I don't know if there's one in the middle, but it's just breakfast food.
Nice.
But they have homemade like jam.
Mm-hmm.
And what I always do is my hangover cure is I get their biscuits are huge, so I get the one biscuit because they cut it in half, and then it comes with bacon, eggs, and hash browns, and black coffee. I have to have black
yeah.
coffee. Like no, I don't want any sugar coming from my coffee.
Me either. I well, if it's certain times, but in the morning when I wake up, yeah,
Nice.
it's black coffee.
Yeah, bitter black coffee.
Mhm.
But I tell them, I say instead of putting the gravy on the biscuits, can I have it on the side? And I actually spread it on my hash browns instead.
Mm.
And but then I take the biscuits and I put their homemade jam on it, and that's where the sweet comes from. Oh,
Nice.
and
That sounds fantastic.
and I'm just alone, and you could tell I've just been drinking all night, so I'm just like some psycho in the back, just scarfing down biscuits with like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it's just like that's
Yeah,
my
breakfast food's great for hangovers or next
So
day
here's
after
something.
drinking.
Here's something. So I used to have this. You know what? We'll just play it now because I've been trying to do this thing where people have like try to email me or DM me like questions or topics they
Yeah.
want to talk about. So let's go ahead and get that started.
It's time for Ask Jacob.
Yeah, I've got a drop for Ask Jacob.
very nice.
Very nice. I wish you could have heard
Cool.
it. Yeah. But what do you think? Why is breakfast food breakfast food? Like I never really
Yeah.
considered that
Hard
until
to
the
put
other day.
Yeah, hard to put your thumb on it. I guess it's the overarching flavor of it. You know what I mean? Like
But I just-
dinner food always kind of has like way more like I don't know, more of a savory thing. Whereas breakfast is usually, like I said, salt,
It loads
carbs,
you up.
and sugar.
It's
you
meant
know?
to give you energy for the rest
Like
of
it's
the day.
kind of weird how it's like I don't know, the seasonings aren't there. American breakfast,
Right. But the way I look at it is like I could have pancakes for breakfast,
yeah,
eggs Benedict for lunch, and like steak and eggs for dinner.
Yeah,
What I can't have for breakfast is a rotisserie chicken with steamed vegetables and a baked potato.
Yeah.
Who's stopping you?
That's what I'm saying. But like that doesn't like at a society norm that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't think that matters so much.
No, I'm
anymore.
not saying that like people are gonna fucking be like, whoa, weirdo. I'm just saying like it's interesting that breakfast food is breakfast food or any food of the day, whereas dinner food is only for dinner. Like it's just weird that like you don't. When is the last time? I'm not gonna ask you because you're a fucking goblin, so I don't. You eat weird shit all the time. So
that's a fair assessment.
like I had because I didn't want to cook breakfast the other month. I had sushi for breakfast because I didn't
God,
wanna,
that sounds fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I did that last weekend.
Yeah, dude.
It
They opened at 10 o'clock.
was weird after my where I got sick last year in 2020. I lost my sense of taste. I hadn't liked sushi for like 3 years before that, and then once I got my taste back after getting sick last year, it came back with a vengeance, and now I'm like,
it's kind of like you just miss certain things about when you don't have your taste.
Yeah, and then I had sushi for breakfast the other day, and it was great.
That rocked.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I was just curious because like I don't know. This is the shit I think about, and like I was just curious like why breakfast is breakfast. Like
I think it has to do with the fact that there's a lot of carbs in it, though, because there's usually like a higher proportion of carbs in breakfast food than there is in
lack of seasoning, easier preparation.
Yeah, it's a little bit
but it's hard to
easier
say what defines the food because
you know what I always thought it was like so when you look at like what's the first thing that you think of when you think of breakfast? What's the one food? Eggs.
Yeah.
And when I think of eggs, I think of a farm. And when I think of a farm, I think of just you're awake at 5 a.m. tending the farm. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm going at? Like, you know, it's like I have eggs and I have bacon, and I'm about to go plow the fucking cornfields.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, like, fire up this bacon, put the eggs in there after, scarf it down, and it's fucking...
Yeah,
it is quicker. I didn't think about that. It is quick to make breakfast.
A little quicker. You can make it in one pan.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, like, maybe that's, like, one of the attributes that separates it, but...
I don't know.
Lunch is pretty easy, too. That's a sandwich. Bag of chips. And a soda.
You know,
I don't usually have... That's
making
another thing.
myself hungry. I hadn't eaten before I came here.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
So on my way home, I'm going to get something to eat.
my entire life, or at least my entire adult life, has been spent like having one meal a day sometime in like the mid to late day, and it's just
not
this
good,
massive-
Tyler.
Well, no, it's like a massive meal that's the content.
You shouldn't do that. But you're skinny as hell.
I know.
so-
See, that's what
It
annoys
works
me
for
because
me,
I was
man.
doing the exact same thing, and look at the fucking difference between us. I have like 100 pounds on you. I'm almost positive about that. So it's like that's why I hate when you fucking skinny people like you were just like, I eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and I look fine.
I get that a lot.
I'm hungry
people
all
tend to
day.
hate the fact that I'm able to just scarf down stuff, and it doesn't seem to.
I'm
affect
not
me.
hungry all the time. I'm bored.
Bored
Yeah.
eating. Yeah, no, I'm always hungry.
Really? You just
Yeah,
always eat
when
something?
when I'm at work, I bring like 5 snacks and just while I'm working, just throw it, eat it. Nothing.
do you
nothing
pack your
bad.
lunch?
It's like banana, apple, like light popcorn.
Do you pack your lunch?
No.
Okay.
All right. I mean, like I just go home and eat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but isn't your office like all the way where I am?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm only working part time right now for my probationary period.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The
Okay.
first 90
I was gonna say, there's
days.
no way in hell you're going.
No
okay.
way. Yeah. When I start working like full time and all that stuff, then I'll bring it. But for now, I just get to go home at lunch.
Tyler, this was secretly an intervention for your health. It concerns me.
Water and food.
Yeah, man.
No, this has worked for me, man. I don't know why.
All right. Well, can I get a little personal and ask, how's your poop situation?
What?
How's your poop situation?
It's fantastic. What are
Really?
you
No
on about?
problems?
I mean, a little constipation, but
Oh, see, I got the opposite problem. I got to put a cork in there sometimes because
Yeah,
it's
I-
fucking.
any milk content, I imagine.
God, dude, you know what sucks? This is so stupid. Like, I will literally, and Allie can attest to this. I will legitimately eat something. I swear to God, like 10 minutes later, it's fucking Brown Town time. Like, it goes right through me, and I don't get it.
Like coffee style.
Yeah. Like, okay, so every single day of my life is I wake up, I go to the bathroom, have my first poop, okay? Like clockwork. Like 7 o'clock, it's poop time, okay? 25 minutes later, because I'm on the toilet playing like arena or, you know, clock into work, go make my coffee, sit down, 7:45, poop number 2 is coming.
Oh, man.
Like, all right, so poop 2's down, all right? Have some more coffee. It's breakfast time. You know, I usually don't really eat breakfast. Like, I'll have like a granola bar or like I'll make like we have like one of these like panini maker things, and I can make breakfast sandwich out of them.
Oh, I bet they're bomb.
8:45, poop number 3. It's coming. Dude, I shit all day. Like, at least in the morning. And then like, but like I am awoken by the fact that I have to poop. And you know what the worst part about it is that you will never catch me pooping in a public space.
No.
Nope.
I respect that.
0%. I have told Allie that we have to leave family events because I need to go take a shit. Like, I'm not pooping in your sister's house.
I recently had to overcome that. I work really far away, and there's nowhere else to go.
It's hard, dude.
And luckily we have a warehouse, a shop in the back, and they have their bathroom. I'm taking
and like the few times that I overcome
taking
that,
it out there. You know,
the few
for
times
that
I
number
overcome
one
that,
in here.
I go into like a public restroom, and it's all like someone fucking just decided to shit on the walls.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
what happened?
It's
in
the
here? Like,
smell
what?
for sure, dude.
I
It's
don't want to get hepatitis and shit. Like, oh God, no.
Gotta start hitting the flusher with your
You know, my whole thing is that like I don't feel more of a bitch than when I do when someone comes in the bathroom while I'm pooping.
Oh,
You know what I mean? All someone would have to do to just like show what a beta I am is all I would have to do is just sit there and then they just like knock on the door and I just, yes. Like I'm so afraid. Like I'm terrified that I'm going to make eye contact. You know what it is? I don't know. It's just it's so awkward. Like that's my whole thing. Like I do not understand. I'm someone who's like 2 stalls are full and there's one left and that person's like, I'm going to go take that stall. Are you fucking crazy? Like, dude, like we went to NAU. I went to go hang out with my buddy at NAU, and all their dorms, all the freshman dorms are like fucking
community.
It's like I'm trying to brush my teeth, and there's just like it's just like no one cares, and I'm like,
those colleges are disgusting.
Can I be honest? Also,
What's that?
as soon as it's available, I only take the handicap bathroom.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
the big stall.
It's awesome.
It's the king
Great,
stall.
You got all that room.
Yeah.
I avoid it. I don't know what it is.
Are you just afraid like someone in a wheelchair is gonna be like, "Hey, asshole"? Like,
I just don't want to be the guy that's in it. Like when someone needs, I don't expect them to like evict me from it, but I could imagine if that was the only stall I fit into, some like tiny asshole was in there.
You'd be like, "What the fuck, man? Come on, I need this."
This is gonna fit in this little fucking stall. He just starts ramming it into the stall.
That'd be awful.
Like, I don't want to be that.
people look at me funny all day long, and all I have is this fucking toilet, and now you're in it, you piece of shit. No, dude, fuck
Just, like,
them. They can
crawl
wait.
under it into one of the neighboring stalls.
No, they can wait. There was this one like hidden bathroom that like was just my safe haven when I wasn't working from home. Like, and I would. There were times, dude, where like if you looked at the security footage, I would literally peek in that bathroom. If someone was in there, I would just close it and take a lap. Look again, take a lap until they're gone. Like. Once they're gone, dude, there were times where I'm like, I wonder if I just locked this door right now. Like, that's how much privacy I need. I hate it. Like, the fact that, like, I don't even have a fan in my bathroom anymore, I hate it so much.
Really, no fan.
No fan.
Aye.
So people can know. People know, you know? Or it's just like, if you're going to come in after me, you're like, that guy just pooped. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I'm just so afraid. Like,
It's gross.
I can have confrontations all day long. If you scream at me in public, it's fucking go time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you cut me off in traffic, I'm going to fucking yell at you. If you tell me I'm wrong, like, I'm going to debate the shit out of you. As soon as I'm in the bathroom, leave me alone. Like, please.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah, please leave me alone.
Yeah, it's a vulnerable space for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
The last bastion of American freedom.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
It's what literally I think makes us the most animalistic.
Yeah, that's like the last thing
yeah.
is that everybody poops. you know?
Yeah, everybody's like all for the most part, you know, we're civilized. We've, you know, done all this stuff, but that's the last.
I don't think Elon Musk poops.
No.
I think he's an alien.
Yeah, I think that he just deletes memory. out of his brain.
Yeah.
That's how he
He's either an
poops.
alien or a
He just
robot.
plugs himself into a
He's
computer
just
and
slowly uploading his brain into a hard drive.
It's like,
Yeah,
Making
kind of.
it- I mean, that's
blockchain
what
with
that
it.
movie Transcendence is about. It was a terrible movie, but I was like, well, I can see this happening. one day.
Dude, I can't tell you how bad I want to be a cyborg.
People want to. That's what
I
the
feel
rich
that.
like.
So bad.
They want to be immortal. Like that's the.
I don't know
thing.
about immortal, but if I could just have like a super brain, like a
Yeah.
computer super brain, yeah, game on.
If you upload your conscience into a hard drive, though, and you're immortal. I'm living forever.
Right, just put me in another one.
would think
What if you
that,
lived in this
but-
podcast machine? You keep doing your podcast.
Yeah, just from the hey, it's Jacob in the Roadcaster. It's 2384.
You got-
Everyone I
you got
know
an
is
intern
dead.
That rolls the table around.
Yeah. No, I would do that. I heard about that. That whole like that's what I was like. I maybe it was like my lizard brain, but I got excited when that was supposedly a thing that he was trying to do. Like legitimately, just put a fucking chip in your brain.
And like I have my reservations about that kind of idea.
Bill Gates
do.
was all about that.
Yeah, I don't personally. I feel like there's a point where you overstep like between humanity and
The mortality of
not
a man.
being human anymore. Yeah, basically
Yeah,
stepping over a
tracking
divide. That
age.
I don't think that we.
Would
as
you
a
say more
species-
human than human, like Rob Zombie?
I would say something we're not prepared for. It's something that we're not as
Well,
a species.
what scares me is
equipped to
just like the
handle.
hacker man, getting in my brain.
Like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was like an MP3 that like chips into your brain, and it was like hackers just put like Rickroll for like 24/7 in
You
your
know
brain.
that's what's gonna happen the moment
Remember
somebody.
that.
Oh,
has, like,
yeah.
A
consciousness
USB
thing.
port right here
Yeah.
on your neck and plug it in.
It's just gonna become a sport to like slap a fucking USB on the back that auto loads or an unclosable Rickroll. You gotta like shut down and reopen for.
We're becoming robots.
I mean, maybe not the brain, but like I'll tell you, I would kill for some Jack's arms from
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, or like some cyber legs.
Just put your head on a robot and keep
Right.
on balling.
Right. Yeah, just kind of like Walt Disney styles. Like just put myself, and I want like the music, dun, 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 and I'm just me transforming. I don't know. I think it's pretty sweet. Like it's like how I feel about like the theory like with music. It's like if you could just put a chip in my brain that just makes me understand music theory, this band wouldn't fucking suck because of me. You know what I mean? Like
Man, oh yeah, if you could, everybody.
I'd be playing-
Each band member puts that in, then you unlock the secrets to your instrument. That'd be crazy.
I mean, the truth is, it's not. I mean, music theory is not like the end all be all of it, though. I mean, if you make something that sounds good, that's all that really matters.
I guess I just feel like I definitely wasted a lot of potential growing up because I didn't.
I didn't start studying it until after I think my second job. That was when I started to actually look into like
Well-
chord
all my
chord
stuff for that
formations and
stuff.
things.
You went to well, you didn't. Did you
It
go?
was a
Did you have
jazz band.
lessons?
yeah.
Okay, so you had stuff outside of school.
Yep. I was in and I was in jazz district honor jazz band, all this stuff out there. That was fun. That was like the last bit of my actually like reading music.
Was it always bass?
Yep.
You ever had any interest in anything else?
No, I could never figure out how to make wind instruments work. Like really, I'd try, but I just
I
couldn't
want
make
to
it
learn pan flute.
A pan flute.
because it's hard. Like it's like some of them like you're just vibrating your lips, and that's how that's what trumpet players are doing, and saxophone's different, clarinet's different, all that. But yeah, I just played the bass.
I originally was percussions. I wanted to be a drum player, but then like my
You're
dad.
a good drummer still.
Thank
And
you.
can
Yeah.
still- you can
well,
still
I mean
drum.
that's just years of ADHD,
And
and
you can-
just.
I
Like,
have no coordination for drums, so I like admire anybody that can do that because I
Right.
don't know.
does that mean you also can't pop a boogie whenever you want? You got no rhythm. Can you break it down?
I would say, I mean, for a bass player, I don't have the best rhythm, but I can remember part. I can play. I play in the rhythm section, so obviously I gotta have some.
That's
but-
your only fucking job,
yeah,
Andy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I would never dance or try to, be the drummer and keep the time super well. I like to be the accent of the rhythm section.
I remember there was a point in my life because of my love for boy bands when I was a kid. I definitely wanted to dance, and I think that was definitely a dream that my dad squandered. And I think it took years of therapy to realize that. Like I was a very like flamboyant boy.
You
I,
like in sync and all
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Well, I just thought it was cool. Like
Yeah.
I just thought well, I mean I was also just a hyper kid, so like I would be like around the house just like what?
Do it.
Yeah, I know, dude. Now, I mean, I could do. First of all,
Do it.
I could still break it down. I'm a great dancer,
Nice.
but like, I mean, as a kid, yeah, I would just walk around the house and like fucking popping and locking. And I know this. My dad was just like, learn football, you know, like that was the kind of dad I had. So, but I was too small to play football, so they put me in baseball, and I fucking hated it.
You weren't good. You didn't like baseball.
I wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't fun. I
It's
think
not for everybody, man.
they
There
just
are a
stuck
lot
me
of
in the
people
left
that hate-
field with a
yeah.
bunch. So, but you're playing kids, so it's like no one fucking hits that far out there. You know what I mean? So I just sat there all day.
Yeah.
Baseball was that was my main
I
sport.
like baseball. I like watching it more than playing it, though. I'm not
play
an athletic
baseball?
guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, baseball and swim. Those are my two.
I wanted to
didn't
do
football because like injuries and all that stuff, and especially head injuries was not appealing to me.
Was it you or your parent? That's why my mom wouldn't let me do football, was because of the injuries.
I had a friend right before high school started, and he was like, "I'm doing swim team," and then I thought about it that day, and I was like, "That sounds awesome. It's hot as hell. I get to jump in a pool,
Right.
Yeah, it was way nicer than football.
Get to rock a sweet Speedo.
Yep, you know it.
You just check yourself out every morning. Good for you, Anderson. Good for you.
Tanned like a golden god.
Now I wanted to do swimming mostly just because I was 16 and just super horny 24/7. So I just wanted to like hang out with girls in swimsuits. Wasn't too cool about the dudes in the Speedos, but
Yeah. Plus, the pools are giant germ factories. So
yeah, that's true. No, I wanted to play football so bad, but my mom never let me. I was
fun.
tiny.
Football is very fun.
I was tiny though too when I was in high school. So
How tall?
I started high school. I was definitely like 5'6".
Oh, okay.
I was a little guy. Yeah. But my goal was like, okay, if I can spend a whole summer practicing kicking, then I could at least try out for the
Nice.
punter, or something like that. And mom said no. I was just like, that sucks. You missed out. Could be taking care of you right now. I tell her all the time. I'm like, I probably wouldn't have some stupid fucking job right
Punting
now.
for the Raiders.
Yeah, yeah, right.
That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. I don't know. Did you know anyone that you went to high school with that ended up playing college ball or more?
Yep. There were a couple kids who ended up playing various sports like baseball, football.
For AAA teams?
So I think a couple people had tryouts and stuff like that for pro teams, but I don't think anybody I knew got that far. But people did, get to that final point where you're trying out. You get invited to go try out,
Right.
And just don't quite make the cut.
Right.
There's a lot who don't.
So this kind of transitioned to kind of one of the things I wanted to end it on was essentially music.
Music.
So now I met Tyler in high school briefly. Kind of went on a hiatus of friendships, and then literally you just answered our ad for a drum player.
Actually, that is kind of cool, and I don't even really know how it happened. But
I mean,
you
yeah.
coordinated it, and you were like, "Hey, my friend has this jam space," and
Right.
Yeah, it was literally, I already had the studio for unrelated reasons because I was using it for like partially as an art studio, or my girlfriend was rather. And I was using it because it's a nice practice space where nobody complains at me for having loud stuff.
Right.
It wasn't until like I saw you guys practicing and I out of nowhere was like, I wonder if they need a drummer. Like I didn't even see anything saying you guys needed a drummer.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if answering an ad's the right way to put it because it was literally like I'm just gonna shoot a message and
Right.
see if
Did he see your social media or something?
Yeah,
like
well, we were friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been friends on Facebook since like 2011. It's like, but we never really said anything to each
These
other.
all my old man ramblings.
Right. Yeah. Dude, Tyler is the king of just Fox News fucking. And here's what else is wrong. Like, not saying he's a Fox News guy, but he's really good at. Like,
I was about to say like them's his fighting words, man.
Tyler's like the anti-red letter, or not red letter media, fucking Infowars. He's like
Yeah.
anti-Infowars.
I don't like that kind of. Yeah, lately I've just been trying to pull away from all social media in general because it pulls so much fucking energy.
Yeah.
from
I'm
people.
deleting followers.
Yeah.
And I want
Yeah.
less followers after. I'm like,
Well, you just use like Instagram, huh?
Mhm.
For your art.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had,
It's just so hard to be like nice
I
to
like
people
don't know
about stuff.
everybody anymore. I'm like trying to. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
take
no,
your
no, you're
thing.
fine,
You
you're
were
fine,
talking
no.
about music.
Right. So no, it's just we all kind of had. So I started playing music, and I'm not really ashamed to admit I started playing music because I loved Guitar Hero.
Same. That's
That's,
literally where
you
it
know,
came from.
That's
for
cool
me.
that you guys like. That's what got you into.
Well, like I would
you know?
play it religiously, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is. And I mean, I liked the music because my parents had really good taste in music, so
Yeah.
I knew all this stuff. And so just one year, I asked my dad. I was just like, I want a guitar for my birthday, and he got me one of those like.
Because Guitar Hero was like what, 07, 06?
Something like that. It was
Something
right
like
around
that.
when I was like about to hit high school is when the first, and I wasn't
Because
really.
I was a freshman when
So
Guitar
yeah,
Hero
I was
out,
in the
so
seventh.
Yeah.
I was in the 7th or 8th grade. Yeah, when it came out, and he
That's
got
still
me
pretty early.
got me
yeah.
one of those like like just those bundles where you have like the amp that's like this big.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I actually still have that amp.
Yeah, and it's just I sucked, but it was just the one thing, and I never, and from what you know about me, I grew up playing card games.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering was a big one. I was obsessed with making my own little comic books. Like I don't know how to draw, but I would do like little stick figures. And then this guitar thing came along, and it's just I shut everything else down.
Yeah,
I watched, all I did was watch MTV in the morning, MTV at night. I watched, like, when we had a computer, all I would do is look up, like One by Metallica cover and just watch people do it. Like when YouTube was just, like, the precursor of what it is now, you know? And I remember the first thing technical that I ever learned was, like, that little one little solo from One, the like the little tapping part.
Yeah.
And I would
that's a
just
fun
sit
one.
there for hours and
Cool.
just sit there and play it, and drove my parents crazy. But
but that's where you gotta be if you're
Right.
if you're not gonna get like lessons and stuff. You just
Right.
have to drill it into your brain.
we just didn't have the money, and I mean, I always asked for it. And as an adult, like I kind of realized that that's just they were just being cool. They would always say things like, "Oh, you don't need it, man. Like you're killing it."
Yeah.
As an adult, I realized that just money was tight, and so they
and
couldn't.
It's expensive. For
Well, and I'm
music
a
lessons.
very compulsive kid of just hobbies. So I think what they were worried about was like, one year I wanted to do karate. One year I'm obsessed with fucking magic. You know what I mean? So it's like I think they were just worried that this was going to be a fad.
Yeah.
And so I always like tell my mom, like, I'm sorry you had to kind of live with me during my shitty years of music. You know what I mean? Because now I'm a lot better, I promise. And yeah, I just kind of took off from there. So like, what about you, Tyler? So like, when did you start?
I want to say so. It was very similar. Guitar Hero, more or less. I started playing expert mode on 2 a lot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that was
Freebird.
I remember investing a lot of time into going through and like 5-starring everything. Like I was obsessed with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I don't want to say I got bored of it because I still ended up going back to it a lot of times. I mean, now it's super hard to go back to because
Right.
I'm so used to actually having the strings to work with or
Right.
or the kit that responds to my bounces correctly, But I at that point, I guess having gotten bored of it is the right way to put it because I wanted something that I could make my own sound on. It
Right.
just the only thing I could play was whatever the developers put out in music. And I remember Rock Band coming around and
Yep.
them having a lot more music to pick from, but they would just never pick the songs that I would want to play on.
I personally blame Rock Band for the reason why I almost failed high school because
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
fair.
my friends and I fucking did. As
Yeah.
soon as school got out, we would tell people like we're in a band, man, like for real. And like the joke was like we were aware like the joke was
yeah.
that we play Rock Band, but like we had a group, like we had a singer, a drummer, a bass player, and a guitar player.
Cool.
And we fucking did every single song every single day. Like I'm talking like from 2 to like 8:30 at night where I'm like I gotta
Nice.
go fucking home.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, Tyler. I was obsessed with the drums. The drum pad that's what I played on there was the drums. You said that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say beating Panic Attack by Dream Theater. The
Oh
first time
yeah,
I
dude.
did
Yeah,
that,
it was always
on
just those
expert.
ones, just that.
Ooh,
And then you're at
that's
school and
real
you're just
rush.
like, and you're just beating on your desk because you're just thinking about it, and it's stimulating because you just think of all the things coming down the screen. Kind of like the equivalent now, I guess, would be like that Beat Saber game, like
Yeah,
the VR. You know what I
that's
mean?
Fun. That's fun.
I
as
love that.
hell.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
so
oh
you-
wait,
so-
yeah, I have. Where
yeah.
the boxes come at you and you
and
slice them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you went into jazz band?
Jazz band started for me around like 5th grade. I played first 6-string, like acoustic.
Okay.
I've got guitar lessons. I had a musical family. My dad collected guitars. Mom played piano, and so we had a piano around. We had guitars around, and then eventually I got my own. And then did guitar up until once we found out, there was our teacher didn't want a jazz guitar player. She wanted a bass player. So then got a bass and learned how to do that. And I ended up liking that a lot more.
But you came from a background of more like kind of like I guess like 90s pop punk and ska and
Love Rancid,
right.
Less Than Jake.
Than Jake.
All my that's where I had lessons, but I really learned the most from tabs and like just teaching myself, like kind of like you did, sitting watching videos and then look up the tabs and try to play it that way.
Well, it was always like the I always was obsessed with the music videos that where the music video was like a kind of like a shot by shot reel of like a tour or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a montage?
Like a montage or like like there's like one super famous, I think it's that song. It's like the Please Tell Me Why, that song, you know, like that music video. Where it's like they got like the whole fucking. It's like a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're playing for people. Like those were my favorite music videos.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a music video as a kid that like scared the shit out of you? Mine was definitely Any Fucking Tool.
That's a fair one.
When I was a kid, as much as you know, and our love for Tool's kind of one of the things that made this band a band. And but I remember as a kid, I was terrified of like their.
They have weird. Their videos are very strange.
I think it was Prison Sex or Schism. But one of them was but I mean just like that claymation kind of, you know what I mean, like
kind of it's stop motion almost.
Right.
It just looks unsettling.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I ever got scared by one, but then I remember when I was younger and I had never had what was it Fuel TV or is that what it was? They played like the alternative music and stuff like that. I saw the video for Duality by Slipknot and all those people running towards the house and then the guys with that, like I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
That's fucking crazy.
This is crazy.
And you just remember being like discovering that kind of music and like in your head you're just like, I'm the coolest motherfucker.
There's
on the
never
planet.
gonna be music better than this, right? That's always what I thought.
Yeah. Well, that's how I felt when I first listened to Tool. I remember the first album I ever owned physically, my mom got it for me, was 10,000 Days.
Cool.
And that whole album, it was like a roller coaster.
Is that your fave?
From Tool? Yeah. Absolutely. And then Lateralis would definitely be a second. But
they're all so good.
But it's like you said, it's like you listen to that and you're just like, I'm the cheapest motherfucker. No one gets it like I do. The Fibonacci sequence, that shit rocks. And then all of a sudden Primus comes around and I start listening to Primus. I'm like, this is the best fucking shit ever. I totally get it. It sucks, but it's good.
It's hilarious.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's funny and it's like technical.
And then you get introspective, and then I started listening to Rush, and I'm like, this is the best fucking shit ever. It's original. These are the these are the precursors. You know what I mean? Like it never stops. You know, and so it's like that's where you kind of find like your niche.
The music discovery phase.
Right. It's the best. I mean, I still have them today. You know, I mean, there's nothing better than just discovering a song. You know, they're just like, wow. You know,
and it'll be cool for our band. Like as we progress, if we'll find our sound, you know what I mean? Like
we'll get there. But that's
like we've got like a sound.
We got our sound, but like this is our earliest like music and stuff. I'm saying, like, 5 years.
I think. Whoa, take it easy. Calm down. I plan to be far away from here. No, I mean, but that's what I loved about you guys was that we all kind of came into this like, I got nothing to do on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's jam.
Yeah.
We never really came in, and we've had people come in where it was just like, they were taking a little bit more serious than we were, and they didn't vibe, whereas like, we're in no rush. And now what's cool about it is that things are getting lifted. Shows are starting to come back. It would be sweet, to think about doing that. But the problem is or the thing is that we're not really in a rush.
Yep.
And that's what I like about it. There's no stress coming here.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of boys playing music, and if it works, it works.
It's fun.
Because we've been all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
Made some punk, made some, some stoner rock, made some like indie shit, like we could have like and like Tyler would always say, like we could have fucking albums that are weird and fucking
there's really nothing wrong with having albums that are different sound, or even like within an album just having, I mean, how many artists do you know of that you listen to a couple of songs that they do because those songs are the specific ones you like?
That first Gorillaz album,
like
how it had, it's like,
or like first
song.
AFI, you know what I mean? Like you look at how much like they changed, they were just punk as shit, and then they went to like newer like pop, and like I don't know, like music's cool, and I think that it's cool that we've found each other, and we jam, and we it's kind of the universe finds a way, you know what I mean? And
hopefully we can do another one of these, call them band practice here, like you were saying.
I've definitely been thinking. So and this is kind of a crossroads that I've been kind of thinking of, is I love doing the Basement Dweller.
Yeah.
But a part of me almost wants to maybe do like changing it to maybe like like the way I could think of is like the basement, you know what I mean? But from the basement comes like, band practice with Andy and Tyler,
Yeah.
I
couples
actually wanted to. You were mentioning this last time.
yeah,
and
like
I
couples
actually think
therapy.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, like couples therapy with Jacob and Allie.
Yes.
I remember I thought of like a stupid name like rent the rent's due like with my roommate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just
And
like
then it'd be cool to have a Magic the Gathering.
right,
one,
and like
for
that's why I
us,
thought of like one that I don't want to say on air just in case someone listens and steals it because I did look it up. It does. I can absolutely do it. But like with me, you and Nick, like that. I just my whole thing is that my brain and just like band practice, there's so much stuff up here.
Mm-hmm.
I get too excited and it's like it's hard to get it out. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to do one thing at a time. But I want to do so many different ones because everyone always says you got like a lot of podcasts will just have like their niche.
Right.
I don't want a niche, but I
Mhm.
just have so many different friends that are knowledgeable about so many different things that, that's why I think I made it a cohesive group. And it's just like, come on down to the basement and we'll
Yeah.
talk about it this week. And
Yeah.
not every episode needs to be for you. Like when I had Joe on from,
Yeah, that was cool.
it was cool. But like
Mhm.
you thought it was cool because you play Magic, you've been to his store,
Yeah.
you know that stuff. But that's not, I mean, my uncle's not really going to listen to that
Right.
because he doesn't, but, yeah, man. I mean, I just want to do a good job.
It's like
I mean,
unique kind of episodes that might
Mhm.
draw in different people.
Right.
Like each one will
Right.
have its audience that would want to watch it.
Right.
I think that's a cool idea. Like
Right.
in a way to separate your own.
So it's like even maybe if I found like maybe like 4 niche groups where like every week I do one, but it's a different one.
Yep. Like
So it's like-
and you had like a schedule.
So it's like a kind of like a once a month. I'm
Yep.
one of these, So I don't know. I mean, this is still new. I've been doing so. This is going to be episode 9.
cool.
Um,
9's my favorite number.
There you go,
Whoa,
dude.
son.
Whoa. Well, it's getting deleted now.
Damn it.
Oh no.
So I'm almost on my 10th episode, which means I've been doing this for 10 weeks, which means I've been doing it for 2.5 months now.
Cool.
Pretty proud of myself,
Yeah.
that I've been
That's
sticking
some
to it.
commitment, man.
I've been trying. So we'll see where it goes.
Very easy to not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and that's cool.
Right. But I want to thank you guys for coming on today.
Yeah, of
that
course,
was
anytime,
yeah.
man.
super
Thank you.
fucking sweet. I'm glad I'll have you guys back on most definitely. But yeah. Real quick, just because I know, did you want to plug your Instagram, buddy?
My Instagram?
Yeah, your Instagram.
Oh, I don't really have any pictures up at the moment.
Oh,
I'm in a
okay.
bit of a revamp phase. So.
Gotcha. Well,
Dead
maybe
the artist, but might not be that one day. We
Right.
might switch it up.
right. Well,
We'll see.
maybe next time.
Maybe
yeah,
next
well,
time. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, have a good night, and
All right, man.
yeah, man. Thanks for coming on.
Peace.
Take care.
Thanks for coming down to the basement. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave a rating and review to help other people find out about the show. Got a question? Email Jacob at tbdmanchild@gmail.com or find him on Instagram at basement_dwelling_Jacob, Twitter at TBD_Jacob, and YouTube, The Basement Dweller. We will see you real soon.